What if I told you that one of the best exercises for people over 60 isn't walking, and it's probably right next to you in your house? Most people think staying healthy after 60 means taking more walks, but walking alone doesn't build the strength, balance, and posture your body needs to stay independent and prevent falls. In today's video, I'm going to show you simple wall exercises that are safer on your joints, easier to do at home, and incredibly effective for keeping your body strong, steady, and confident every single day. One of the biggest misconceptions in fitness after 60 is the idea that walking is all you really need, and while walking is absolutely wonderful for your heart, circulation, and mood, it leaves some very important gaps when it comes to strength. As we get older, muscle naturally shrinks if we don't actively challenge it, especially in the legs, hips, back, and arms. These are the exact muscles that help you stand up from a chair, carry groceries, lift laundry, climb stairs, and steady yourself if you trip. Walking mostly moves you forward in a straight line, and the muscles work at a low intensity, which is great for endurance but not enough to truly maintain or rebuild strength. That's where wall exercises come in and completely change the game. When you do a wall sit, for example, your thighs and glutes have to hold your body in position, which creates the kind of muscle engagement that walking just doesn't demand. Those muscles are responsible for getting you up out of chairs and keeping your knees supported. And when they're weak, everyday movements start to feel harder than they should. Wall push-ups are another perfect example, because walking does almost nothing for your chest, shoulders, and arms, yet you use those muscles constantly to push doors open, brace yourself on railings, or catch your balance. Strength in the upper body is one of the most overlooked parts of staying independent, and the wall gives you a safe, adjustable way to build it without getting on the floor. Even your core gets more focused work with wall-based movements like standing wall planks, where your abdominal muscles learn to stabilize your spine and improve posture. Better core strength means less lower back strain and more control when you bend, reach, or carry things. What makes wall exercises especially powerful is that they load the muscles in a controlled, joint-friendly way. You're not pounding the pavement or stressing your hips and knees with repetitive impact. Instead, you're building the kind of strength that supports your joints and actually makes walking feel easier and more stable. Over time, this added strength helps correct muscle imbalances that develop from years of sitting and limited movement, waking up muscles that have gotten lazy and reminding your body how to work as a strong, coordinated system. This kind of training doesn't just make you feel like you exercised, it directly translates into real-life ability. Like getting up off the sofa without using your hands or walking up steps without pulling on the railing, and the confidence that comes from feeling physically capable spills over into everything else you do each day. One of the most important abilities to protect as you get older is balance, because balance is what keeps you steady when life throws small surprises your way. Like stepping off a curb that's higher than you expected, turning quickly when someone calls your name, or walking across an uneven surface. The tricky part is that balance doesn't just stay the same over time, it gradually declines if you don't challenge it on purpose. Walking by itself doesn't do a great job of training balance because it's usually done on flat, predictable ground in a straight line, and your body doesn't have to react to much change. That's why so many people who walk every day can still feel unsteady when they try to stand on one leg or shift their weight in a new direction. Wall-supported balance exercises are such a smart solution because they let you practice these skills in a way that feels safe instead of scary. When you stand next to a wall and lightly rest your hand on it while lifting one foot, you're teaching your body how to stabilize through the ankle, knee, hip, and core all at the same time. Those small stabilizing muscles are like your body's built-in shock absorbers, and they're the first line of defense when you stumble or misstep. The wall acts like a security system. It's there if you need it, but you still get the benefit of doing the work yourself. That sense of safety is huge because fear of falling is one of the main reasons people avoid balance training altogether, which only makes balance decline faster. With the wall close by, you can gradually challenge yourself by using just your fingertips, then one finger, and eventually hovering your hand without touching at all. You can also add gentle movements, like slowly turning your head side to side or bending the standing knee slightly, which trains your body to stay steady even when things change. That's exactly what real life demands, because balance isn't about being perfectly still, it's about staying in control while you move. Over time, this kind of practice improves how quickly your muscles react and how well your brain and body communicate, which is crucial for preventing falls. It also strengthens confidence, and confidence changes how you move through the world. When you trust your balance, you walk with a more natural stride instead of stiff, cautious steps that can actually make you more unstable. Training balance with wall support isn't just exercise, it's rehearsal for daily life, giving your body the tools it needs to catch itself, correct itself, and stay upright when the unexpected happens. Posture might seem like a small thing, but after 60, it has a huge impact on how you feel, how you move, and even how well your body functions on the inside. Over the years, many people gradually develop rounded shoulders, a forward head position, and a slight hunch through the upper back, often from decades of sitting, driving, reading, or looking down at devices. The change happens so slowly that it starts to feel normal, but that slouched position affects much more than appearance. When your head drifts forward, the muscles in the neck and upper back have to work overtime just to hold it up, which can lead to chronic neck and shoulder tension. A rounded upper back also limits how well your ribs can expand, which makes breathing shallower and less efficient. That can leave you feeling more fatigued during daily activities because your body isn't getting oxygen as easily as it could. Poor posture also shifts your center of gravity, which subtly affects balance and makes you more likely to feel unsteady when walking or turning. Wall posture exercises are powerful because they gently remind your body what upright alignment feels like. When you stand with your back against a wall and try to touch your head, upper back, and hips to the surface, you get immediate feedback about your alignment. Adding slow arm movements against the wall strengthens the muscles between your shoulder blades, which are responsible for pulling the shoulders back and supporting a tall chest. These muscles are often weak and overstretched, while the chest muscles become tight and shortened, pulling the body forward. By strengthening the back and opening the front of the body, you start to reverse that imbalance. As posture improves, many people notice their neck and upper back discomfort decreases because the muscles are no longer straining all day. Breathing often feels easier and deeper because the chest can expand more freely. Better posture also helps your core muscles engage more naturally, which supports the spine and improves overall stability. Standing taller changes how weight is distributed through your feet, which can make walking feel smoother and more controlled. There's also a psychological shift that comes with improved posture. When you stand upright with your shoulders back and your gaze forward, you tend to feel more alert, confident, and engaged with the world around you. That can influence everything from social interactions to your willingness to stay active. Posture training with the wall is simple, gentle, and incredibly effective. And over time, it helps your body remember a more balanced, supported position that carries over into how you sit, stand, and move throughout the day. For many people over 60, joint discomfort is one of the biggest barriers to staying active, especially in the knees, hips, and lower back. Years of wear and tear, past injuries, or conditions like arthritis can make high-impact or repetitive movements uncomfortable, which is why long walks sometimes leave people feeling more sore than energized. The problem is that avoiding movement altogether only makes joints stiffer and muscles weaker, which actually increases pain over time. What the body really needs is strength around those joints to support them, but it has to be done in a way that feels safe and manageable. That's where wall exercises really shine. The wall provides built-in support that reduces pressure on the joints while still allowing the muscles to work effectively. When you do a wall sit, for example, your back is supported and you control how deep you go, which lets you strengthen the thighs and hips without the jarring impact that comes from constant stepping during a walk. Stronger thigh and hip muscles help absorb force and take stress off the knees, which can make everyday movements like sitting down or going upstairs feel smoother. Wall push-ups are another great example because they strengthen the upper body without forcing you to bear weight through the wrists and shoulders on the floor. You can adjust the difficulty simply by stepping your feet closer to or farther from the wall, making it easy to match your current ability level. Wall-supported bridges with your feet pressing into the wall help activate the glutes and hamstrings, two muscle groups that play a huge role in protecting the hips and lower back. When those muscles are weak, other areas have to compensate, often leading to aches and strain. By building strength in a supported position, you teach the right muscles to do their job again. The wall also helps with control and alignment, which are key for joint comfort. Moving slowly with support encourages better form, so you're less likely to twist or shift in ways that irritate sensitive areas. Over time, stronger muscles act like a natural brace for the joints, improving stability and reducing the load placed directly on bones and cartilage. Many people find that once they build strength this way, activities that used to hurt, including walking, start to feel easier and more enjoyable. Instead of choosing between pain and inactivity, wall exercises create a middle path where you can stay active, build resilience, and support your joints in a way that respects your body's limits while still moving you forward. One of the most encouraging things about this kind of training is that it doesn't require long, exhausting workouts to make a real difference in your life. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day of focused wall exercises can be enough to maintain and even improve the strength, balance, and mobility that protect your independence. That's because the goal after 60 isn't to push your body to extremes. It's to consistently remind your muscles and nervous system how to do the movements that daily life depends on. Short sessions done regularly are far more powerful than occasional long workouts followed by days of inactivity. When you practice wall sits, wall push-ups, posture drills, and balance work in small doses most days of the week, you're reinforcing the exact patterns your body uses to sit, stand, reach, turn, and walk safely. Over time, those small efforts add up in a big way. Getting out of a chair starts to feel smoother and less effortful. Climbing stairs feels more controlled. You may notice you don't have to grab onto furniture or railings as often for support. Those changes might seem minor, but they are the building blocks of staying self-sufficient. Fall prevention is another major benefit of these short daily sessions. Falls rarely happen because of one single issue. They're usually the result of a combination of weaker muscles, slower reactions, reduced balance, and decreased confidence. Wall exercises address all of those at once in a manageable way. Stronger legs help you recover if you trip. Better balance helps you stay steady when you shift direction. Improved posture keeps your center of gravity in a more stable position. Even the act of practicing these movements regularly trains your brain to react more quickly and efficiently. Consistency also builds confidence, and confidence changes how you move. When you feel stronger and steadier, you're more likely to stay active, go out, and participate in the activities you enjoy, which further supports your physical and mental health. Another key advantage of short daily routines is that they're easier to stick with. It's much less overwhelming to commit to a brief session than to carve out large blocks of time, and that makes it more likely to become a lasting habit. Over months and years, that habit becomes a quiet form of insurance for your future self, helping you maintain the ability to live life on your terms, move through your home safely, and continue doing the everyday tasks that make up an independent and fulfilling life.